My name's Temm and I'm the CEO of Puresport, and this is the most ambitious year we've ever taken as a company. At the same time, in 16 weeks, I'm going to be running the London Marathon with the goal of going sub 3 hours. To practice what I preach, I'm also doing 75 hard. This series isn't about starting, it's about staying committed, staying consistent, and showing up when life gets tough. Morning. It is just after 8 o'clock here in London. Got my first long run of the training block this morning. Gonna be doing about 9:30, so just trying to get some food in now and some electrolytes. 6 days a week, I always start my breakfast with overnight oats. It's actually like a bit of a protein hack, I think. I'm also doing 75 hard at the moment, which we should talk a little bit about later, but it means I have to drink 4 litres of water a day. So when I get up, I'm always trying to have like a litre before 9 o'clock, is my focus during the week. I'm just heading up the road to grab a coffee, and then back to the house to meet Alex, who's going to be filming this video. One of the other things about 75 hard is you have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book every single day. So I'm going to go out there, grab a coffee, read my 10 pages, and then back to the house, meet Alex, get ready for the run, and then 90 minutes easy on the cards today. First session of the day now. It's an easy 90-minute run. We're going to go down, along and around Battersea Park, so let's get into it.
No one checked on me when I needed, so I just stack my bread, stay in my bag and not in my feelings. Overthink too much, I get distracted, start to deep it. I just deal with people exactly how they treat me. On the block ain't nothing but youths, trying to be bad and hoes that act up. I've been obsessed with money, I knew would get my...
Now, lots of people think that Puresport community started here because this is kind of where the community runs really got going, but we actually started up at Regent's Park. The first one was up there, just coming out of COVID. But then when we held our first one here at Battersea Park, we went from Regent's Park, we did a few weeks at Hyde Park, and we thought, oh, we'll come to Battersea. And the first week we came walking along here and there was about 75 people here, all like scattered out, stood on the steps, and we were just blown away. And then from there we just kept it at Battersea week in, week out, every single Wednesday, meet down here. We used to say meet at the Peace Pagoda. Used to do the talks up on here, and yeah, like some weeks we would have like 300 or 400 people all scattered. I think it's been so mad to see like the evolution of running over the last 4 or 5 years. Like even out here now, it's like this is like a motorway of runners. So I always enjoy coming here and like running past the pagoda because it's got such great memories about where sort of the real community aspect of Puresport started.
In this life I gotta get rich, I can't be broke. I was asking favours, and everyone telling me no. Wait till the tables turn, we'll see who stays or goes. I don't wanna be outside, I need someone that can keep me home. Yo, I feel so close, but so far. Go home, I go hard, how can I stop when I come this far? I smile outside, deep down I'm scarred. They only see the results, the pain, they don't know the half. It's part of my life's redemption, I see it, I want it, we get it. I still walk with God, but battling demons, and I can't let them.
Awesome, unbelievable morning for it. Ended up being like just over 18k, so gonna grab a coffee and then gotta wait 3 hours and then go and do my gym session. I think the big differentiator between me and Puresport is I'm completely obsessed about what we're doing. Like, I love what we're doing. I love making products that help people. I think we're quite uniquely positioned in a way of like, our products have a genuine and positive impact on people's lives, sometimes through the products, sometimes through them seeing a piece of content and they're inspired to get out and exercise themselves, or the third pillar is like meeting someone at a community event for Puresport that then has a positive impact on you. So there's no better feeling for me than like that feeling that we're doing something great, and I love that. Like, I am the Puresport customer. I love exercising, what that does for our physical and mental health, and I think that that's what separates me from a lot of people that I meet, is that I'm genuinely obsessed about what we're doing. And especially a lot of people like leading businesses, founders, CEOs, there's kind of like that real creative type, and then there's the very commercial type. And I think where I like to try and be is like really have that foot in both caps of like, I love brand, I love how Puresport makes people feel, I love what we're building and how we're creating that, but I also try and have that commercial understanding of like what's driving the business, how are we growing it, how are we thinking about it. And I think that mix, I feel, is a little bit of an advantage to me personally. But overall, the thing that I'm probably good at in comparison to 95% of CEOs is just a relentless work ethic that I'll just figure it out and we'll just make it work. So I mentioned a bit earlier about like getting set up for the week on a Sunday and the importance of time blocking, especially like structuring with the marathon training and 75 hard. If you can see, I've kind of color coded it. So at the end of the week, I'm able to review my time and to say, okay, last week I spent 2 hours on podcasts, 1.5 hours of external meetings, my own personal time, 5.5 hours, and just really start to understand like where are you spending time and what's really moving the business forward. And then as you know, time came on and I was traveling for 6-7 hours or whatever during the week, that would be something straight away I'd be like, that's you know, too much. I need to be doing more video calls or getting people to come to the office, you know, whatever that example might be. So I think it's something that I used to think was a silly thing to do 2 years ago, but now I really understand, especially as someone who's doing a lot of content switching, like I said, the value that can have for you being like focused on what those days are and how you manage your time.
I've been looking at my life, look at everything I've done, look at everything I lost to go get everything I won. Yeah, they said
Here we go, session 2.
How long do you tend to spend in the gym?
Keeping them basically to bang on 45 minutes. Just because, like, actually previous to this challenge, my gym training has actually been pretty much abysmal. Prior to like 3 weeks ago, I was probably only averaging like maybe 2 sessions a week. Even with the, you know, during the Berlin block, like only ever really managing 2 sessions a week. So I'm trying to not like go all, you know, too far one way and really put my body through it when it just hasn't been used to that. So in those 7 sessions, I'm trying to do like 1 bike, 4 like more intense weight sessions, and then 2 kind of core or Achilles rehab type things, just as I kind of like warm back into it. Like a few of my goals this year for me personally is I want to run the Sub-3 marathon as we've talked about, but I also want to get back into the best shape I've ever been in, which is quite tough because, as I say, working out used to be my job. And then as a third part of that, you know, we want to grow the business 80% this year. So I'm taking some big bites of the apple, but as we've talked about, trying to get my life set up in a way that, you know, there's no excuses, there's very limited barriers to be able to just get in and get that done.
In the sheets, I get you laid up in the sheets, and couple pagans my receipts, talking blazed up in the seats for what they pay me for a feat. Now it's like every 3 months my jeweler's making me a piece. I used to buy my chains and get my chains all taken by police, but last time they try and take my chains and statements and receipts. Can't decipher what I'm making from these beats to what I make up in the streets. We make them sit down, lock me up and slam the gate, watching what I plan to say, only cause they plan to hate. 10 watches like I'm tape, big foreigns like I'm tape, say what I want like tape, couldn't if I tried to hate.
So just had a couple hours at Gales, getting all set up for the day. Got a couple of really exciting meetings today. We're just heading to the office now. We've got a creative meeting to talk all about the new kind of keep going narrative with Hilly, Liam and Emma. And then after that, at lunchtime, I'm going to meet one of the directors from our board, Robert Senior. He's like one of the best marketing brains in the country. He's sort of been in and around some of the most famous advertising campaigns of the world, and he did a lot of work as the creative agency for Nike in the 90s and 2000s. So I'm going to there to talk to him about that. He's someone who really has a point of view. He's not someone who tells me what I want to hear. So I like going to see him and having him challenge some of the things that we're talking about. And then back to the office for a few other things today. I've got to catch up with Healf about a podcast on Friday. And then got to go and do my session at the track tonight. It's sort of my like first intense session. So a big day planned, and we're going to try and vlog the whole lot. Everyone in the engine room this morning.
absolutely loved with where we landed with For the Long Run last year. And for us, that's our philosophy, it's our mindset. But what we don't have a thread for right now is what we sell, what we do, and why somebody should buy from us. And that's then feeding this thing of, I really like that brand, I really love For the Long Run, I love that way of thinking. But it's not necessarily like driving action of, oh, if I do these things now and I, invest in myself, invest in my routine, etc., that's what's going to help me for the long run. So it's definitely not like a replacement of For the Long Run, but it's like, it's like an action.
I remember coming to the first track session and can't remember who it was, but someone said keep going, and I was like, okay, that's a really nice term to hear. I think a lot of people relate to that, but fuel is
polarizing.
Yeah.
If you can identify a phrase that is about a problem and you do it in the right way, then customers will remember it and then they will actually tell other people about it. Saying, we're like, nothing, again, let's just stick with fuel for now, but it may be something else. It's like, oh man, I've just started, I'm really getting into my half marathon and I want to get better, but I don't know what to take. Like if people are, oh, Puresport's that brand, they're the one that helped me keep going. They're the ones for like where you are now to like get you to that next level. So the line's kind of twofold in like, I really want something internally that we can question ourselves to be like, hey, does this fit that? Because we see, look, we've done loads of nice running videos and things, but we never feature products in the right way. So does this either push people back to supplements? Does it push them to like feel capable and keep going? But also, what is that thing that because customers going around and saying, oh, that's Puresport there for the long run. That's not them being like, oh, that's the brand I need right now. That's like, oh, that's great. I like that way of thinking. So it's kind of like, there's a bit of twofold in it for me. It was interesting to listen into and stuff, and then we'll pick up tomorrow about like some of the outputs from it and things.
Thanks, Last year we were in the middle of a fundraise. We were on the verge of running out of cash, and it was a very like high stress time in the business coming into 2025. But this year we're in a really good spot, and lots of this work that we're doing now really sets the tone for the year. So we've got this meeting today. We've got a big strategy meeting with the senior leadership team on Friday, and it feels like the pieces of the puzzle are kind of coming together to start the year really strong. So it's a time in the business that I really love. Bringing people together, getting people excited about what we're doing, our purpose, our vision, and how we're going to make that come to life. Looking forward to a big day on that.
What we're struggling to do is For the Long Run's like this philosophy mindset, but it's not like demanding action right now. Like people are like, yep, that's a great way to think, long-term progress, etc. But they're not like, I'm going to do this now. And who I really believe we are is we're for ambitious people. We're for people who, they want to progress in work, they want to progress in fitness, they want to get better. They don't necessarily need to be yelled at about this and PBs and 5 AMs and whatever, but they're people that want to invest in themselves and want to be better. Under quick fix mentality, we're sort of targeting two things: short-termism of mindset for people, and then like the industry, like shortcuts that they take, ingredients, all those sorts of things. And we're not like really going at a moment or an enemy or a thing that gets people like really, I really want this brand.
One of those comments I think is well worth remembering is that's where the focus is. Mm-hmm. And in today's world, no one likes to be seen to be negative, seen to be cynical. We're inclusive. And you get caught up in that, that thing that defines our times. But it's a hopeless impulse if you truly try to create a great brand. Mm-hmm. It's a strong part of your brand is the community you've created.
Definitely. It's the heartbeat.
And the reason you're a positive brand about bringing people together, but you're a principled brand about, but let's do this properly. And in the world of quick fixes, that's just really appealing.
Because that is, that is the cult-like behaviour that we've created that, people on the outside take the piss of like, oh, these Puresport people, they're so happy about life and they're always talking about exercising and running and they go to these meetups and, you wear Puresport and people would wear socks and shorts and hoodies and caps and they're just so about it. And that's just based on the purpose that we talk about, exercise and meaningful connection with other people, and then put good stuff in your body, and if you do that, you're going to live a good life.
It's sort of my thing, a little owner.
Long day at the office, but I think those days always give you like a lot of energy, like a lot of good meetings. People are buzzing about different things going on. So it's been really good. And then down at Battersea Track now, this is the first track session of the block. The sessions warm up and then working blocks 1 minute, 2 minute up to 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 minutes working like an 8 RPE, and then 60 seconds in between. So a medium nice one to break back into. It's going to be interesting to see where the lungs are.
We don't take bad up, them boy they're good, don't get it confused cause they got their hood up. The beating's boring, I just want mullah. My French thing said do a song with Bubba. 50 pointer they look like booger, their man their jewels ain't real, they're poppers. Remember I told Shorty we got a link that day and got stood up. You say that you're on me, I beg man pull up. I hate when they talk about the tea, only grams of the white that you're seeing is sugar. Bad one smiling at me and I
feel good. Nice to see some people out here on the track.
2 salty paste bottles over here as well.
No way! Oh, let's go. There's a dude in a running club top, but I keep trying to like catch him to talk to him, but I keep missing him. And then there's 2 pairs of socks out here as well. Hopefully they'll tune into the YouTube one day and realise I'm not just a super fan.
Lord forgive us as I'm a sinner, repent and pray, accept us sooner. Warrior, her bad in a goodie, I love man, but I don't trust man fully. I see through them.
Tasty. God, those 4s and 5s are tough. I'm someone, even back when I was playing rugby, I used to just always be fixed on halfway. Once I got to halfway, I just always feel like I'm on the home straight. So in my head when I start, I'm just like, get to the 5 minute block, and then it's all downhill from there. But that was tough. Good though, I think like you always feel better afterwards, so good first session back. I've got a 20-minute warm down now, gonna let Liam shoot off while I do that, and then into another big day tomorrow.
In a band I slept with one eye, now I'm on Bondi, beach at sunrise.
Just got back from the track, gonna make a little bit of dinner now and then finish off a little bit of work, but that brings us to the end of episode 1. Like I said, this is going to be Puresport's most ambitious year yet, but also for me personally, and that's a big reason why I'm committed to documenting the process and sharing it with all of you this year. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you enjoyed in the comments and anything you want to see more of this year, and I will hopefully see you all in episode 2.